The weather here in our 4 o'clock newscast. Mario Ruiz is with us, and it is going to be a blazing hot weekend.
Yeah, we're talking hotter than today. By the end of the weekend, we'll likely see heat alerts return back to North Texas. Still waiting to hear if one will be issued for tomorrow. But just be prepared. It's going to be hot this weekend. It'll likely be hotter at the start of next week.
Wow.
Yeah. The weekend forecast showing morning lows of 80, so it'll still be warm during the morning, but if you have to pick a time to be outside, it's going to be the morning time, because by the time the afternoon rolls around, we'll be well into the triple digits. Now, the good news is that we do not have a lot of moisture in the air, which means the heat index won't be quite as elevated. That's not great news when we're talking about our fire danger, however. So we have officially picked up our 20th triple-digit heat day of 2023. On average, we see 20 the entire year. This puts us about 3.9 degrees above what's considered normal for the month of July. And just doing quick math, it's the 8th warmest July to date. So we'll see here in the next coming days what the highs are, and then we'll be able to finalize some of these numbers. But yeah, it's been a hot July. So Fort Worth right now, 100 degrees. It feels like 99. Like I said, there's not a big heat index, and it's because of that dry air that's in place. The dry air, well, it's not helping us out with the elevated fire danger, but neither is this. We're not going to see any significant amount of precip throughout the next 10 days. Texas is in this big hole, and it's because of high pressure. So the high pressure that's been bringing in the intense heat for the desert Southwest is going to shift and move over North Texas. Now, this will happen late this weekend into early next week. I'm showing you Tuesday right now. It's sitting right over North Texas and Oklahoma. It does tend to shift a bit more, at least that's what models are indicating, late next week into the weekend. We could, at that point, maybe see some sea breeze showers moving in, but most of us will not see that. And we've been talking about this heat dome or dome of high pressure, and this is what it is. Basically, think of it as a bubble of hot air. So high pressure is sinking air, and sinking air heats as it drops and compresses. So whenever heat is really compressing, that's when we see those temperatures climb. But also, whenever we see sinking air, that's really going to limit any storm development, and it traps heat at the surface. That's why we're going to see very limited rain chances so long that dome of heat continues to move over us. Now, this weekend, if you're heading anywhere in the Central Plains, across the Midwest, even across portions of the Southeast, that's where we find most of our heat alerts. Texas not seeing them today, but like I mentioned, we'll likely see them here in the next few days. 80 degrees for tonight into tomorrow morning. Winds will be very light. It'll be muggy. And tomorrow, high temperature makes it to about 102. It's going to be dry. It's going to be hot. We also have an ozone action day that is in place for Saturday. That does include the Metroplex. What that means is that high levels of pollution are expected on Saturday. If you have any respiratory issues, you may want to limit your time outside. But I mean, you may want to do that anyway because of the heat, right? A high near 104 on Sunday. Could see 107 on Monday, and the record on Monday is 106. That was set in 2012. 106 on Tuesday. The record on that day is 107. So we get close to some records here Monday, Tuesday. That's daily records. And we stay in the triple digits for next week, next weekend. If we see rain, it'll happen Saturday, Sunday, but most of us will stay completely dry, Jason.